Hi there, Max here from Max's Cake Studio. Today I'm going to do a tutorial on how to cover a cake board with white fondant and give it a red hearts border. The tools and equipment that you'll need are a cake drum, this is an 8-inch cake drum, some red ribbon, a bow, this is a bow that I made ready to put on the cake drum to cover the ribbon edges. You'll need a heart plunger cutter, a pizza cutter, a sharp knife, some red and white fondant, some water and a pastry brush, a sugar shaker, a rolling pin, a cocktail stick and some silver sugar pearls. So first of all, just sprinkle some sugar on your cake board to stop it from sticking, and a little bit on the top as well, that always helps. And then roll out the fondant, and you need just slightly bigger than an 8-inch circle to cover the whole of the board. And I've left it at about 2mm in thickness, that's usually a good thickness to cover the cake drums with. And then get the cake drum, place it on the fondant, and then use your pizza cutter to cut all the way around. And just leave a little bit of overhang to help smoothing it off. Remove the excess and then take off your board and move your fondant to one side. And then what you do now is get your water and your pastry brush. You don't need lots of water, just a bit, and just cover the cake drum with a thin layer of water. Just brush it all on so there's no big beads of water which may cause a bubble. And then once you've put your water on, what I tend to do then is take the fondant and just carefully drape it onto the cake drum itself and then smooth it out to make sure there's no air bubbles. You can use a smoother at this stage. I prefer to use my hand. A smoother's fine as well, does a good job. And then once you've smoothed it all on, just get your sharp knife and trim the fondant all the way around so that you have a nice clean finish. And what I prefer to use is a really sharp knife, because that's the best finish that I get from a sharp knife. If your knife's a bit blunt, it may be a bit jaggedy on your finish. So just make sure you trim it all the way around, right back to where you started. And then just run your hands around the edge to smoothen off the edges. And then take the ribbon. Now I've measured and cut the ribbon before I did the video, so I knew what size I needed. And then I made the bow and I put a diamante pin through the centre of it to make it look pretty. And that is what I'm going to use to secure the ribbon on. Now you can use glue to fasten the ribbon on if you like. I'm not going to do on this one, I'm just going to pin the ribbon on. And there you have it. And then what I'm going to do now is take out the hearts all the way around the edge, and I'm going to start at the opposite side to the bow, just so that I finish off there, and if there's any odd space between the last two hearts, you're not going to be able to see it because it'll be at the back. So just go all the way around the edge of the cake drum, pressing firmly down, and then once you've gone all the way around, the easiest way that I find to get the hearts out is to use a cocktail stick, and then just one by one flick the hearts and they should come straight out. And keep going till they're all done. Now you can stop at this stage if you like, because that looks quite pretty. You can see the silver shining through and it would look very nice with a cake in the centre, but I'm not going to for this tutorial. I'm going to replace them with red hearts. So get my plunger cutter and then I plunge in and I stick them in. Now I'd already tested the thickness before by cutting a few out, and it is the same thickness so they won't look odd. and then you can just use your plunger to plunge them straight into the gaps, or you can take your pre-cut ones and just pop them in, whichever way you find easiest, and then just keep going till they're all filled in. And then to give it a finishing touch, what I do is take a paintbrush and a little bit of water in the centre of each of the hearts all the way around, and this is what I'm going to put the sugar pearls into, and then take the sugar pearls one by one and just place them into the water into the centre of the hearts. You can use tweezers if you like, but I prefer to use my fingers for this. And there you have the finished cake drum. It'll look really pretty with a cake in the centre of it. I do hope you found this tutorial useful and helpful, and please do subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.